Good morning, and welcome to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. It is Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, August 20th, 6:25 here at the KBS Studios. Got Charles going with us this morning.
I have to say that is a very different way to hold the microphone in the morning. Usually the microphone stand holds the microphone.
Usually.
You're going above and beyond your job description there, Gooney.
Yeah, no. Heather's in the house.
Hey, guys.
Let's bring me back to my comedian days.
That's what I was just thinking. I was just like, yeah.
This is how I always held the mic, too. Like, I always held it on my chin, and I was just real sarcastic. Okay, guys. How's it going?
Ew.
Hi, everybody. You got to check out the video to know now.
Remind us to clean the microphone.
Yeah, you're probably going to want to do that. Kayla?
Just wipe it off.
Get some Lysol.
Just wipe it off.
Some Lysol. We're halfway through the week, everybody. I'm excited about that. I'm ready for the weekend.
Are you really?
I'm ready for some more football.
I was ready for the weekend on Monday.
You're ready for the weekend last Friday. For this weekend.
I was.
Why we always do that every time? Every time we go to that. Then we got more football this weekend. I'm excited about that.
Well, this is the real preseason games. Week 3 is the one where the real starters play.
That's right.
And they play for about a little over half the game, up to 3/4 of the game, and it's when it's on. It's when you see what your team can do.
It should be a lot more exciting than the other preseason games.
And if you lose that game, like San Francisco lost their game the other day, it's time to get depressed. Hey,
it is.
I'm excited. Yesterday, I actually got to do my first fantasy draft of the year.
Oh, really?
And I know some people are grumbling, but I know most of you play fantasy football. Do you play fantasy football?
I used to be like hardcore into it. I used to have this league that I joined and participated in every single year where we had a live draft where everybody got together.
Yeah, that's what we did last night.
One year there was one guy who couldn't make it, so he called in, and we put the phone inside the shoe. So we put Dan in the shoe during that draft because he didn't show up.
Nice.
Randomness.
I would have just put it in a chair, but either way.
He was in the shoe. Well, because he wasn't there.
The cool thing is we started off as 8 people, and this started off years ago, and it's grown, and it's all people that we actually know.
That's cool.
And so we bring in 2 different people per year, and so now we're up to, I think, 16 people did a live draft last night.
Wow,
and
that's a long draft.
It is a long draft, and not only is it a long draft, but they have the snake draft. Are you familiar with the snake draft?
That's my favorite way to do it.
All right, Heather, the snake draft is when if you draft first, they'll go 1 through 16, and then they'll turn around and you'll go 16 through 1.
Number 16, the 16th person will get the first pick in the
another
second
pick,
round.
and then they'll just go back.
Right.
And then it'll happen.
Yeah.
And it's just like a snake.
I got you.
A sneaky snake.
And so if you get the first pick, you end up getting like the 32nd pick, and that's your very second pick.
Oh, that's tough.
And then you'll get the 33rd pick.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah, the best place to be in a draft like that is, say, if
Like
you're
right in the
16,
middle?
8.
Yeah.
That's the best place to be. Either 8 or even 16. 16 isn't bad because you do get the first back-to-back picks.
Yeah.
But then you have to wait for your next pick.
You're
for
still
a
16th
while.
in line.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're going to have to wait a while. I think right in the middle is the best.
Yeah.
Now, who do you think went number 1? And I've been watching all this stuff, and usually it's running backs. Running backs have long dominated this thing.
Pretty much.
But this year, the number 1 person being picked on a lot of fantasy drafts. Not everyone. Usually, every fantasy draft I've seen this year so far, he's been picked in the top 3. It's Jimmy Graham.
Yep.
Really?
And that would have been a problem if earlier this year Jimmy Graham was proven to be a wide receiver in fantasy football. He probably wouldn't have been picked at all as a wide receiver. However, as a tight end, he's pretty irreplaceable. So he's getting picked about 3 or 4 rounds before other tight ends. That's pretty notable.
Yeah, because tight ends usually go 4th or 5th round.
And then quarterbacks are going up higher. There's just not a ton of good running backs.
There's really not.
People are figuring out you can just, you can pick up a good running back later and all that stuff. But I did get a couple Cowboys on my roster. I got Jason Witten and Des Bryant.
Yeah.
So
Des Bryant, they're expecting him to be the top receiver this season.
I hope so.
He's still a good receiver, even though he plays for the Cowboys. Regardless of who he plays for, he's a good receiver.
Well, last year I had Megatron, Calvin Johnson, and he didn't do anything.
Yeah, you ruined. Yeah,
he didn't do anything.
Because you picked him.
I also had Larry Fitzgerald. Didn't do anything.
Exactly.
And so these guys are just so good, they're being guarded. So you can't pick the best player. You have to pick somebody who's basically middle of the pack. who is playing with somebody who has the best player. Yeah. But I'm predicting Des Bryant has a good year, and that way I can't be too down on the Cowboys. I have a little bit of a chance to root for them.
There you go. That's always good. That's exciting, turning around just a little bit, make it a little more fun.
But I was also reading an article yesterday, and it said that employers, do you know how whenever Black Friday comes along and employers lose so much money because people are not Black Friday, Cyber Monday, because people are shopping at work instead of doing what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
They released a number that said that it's triple that number of how much productivity employers lose for fantasy football.
Wow.
I can believe that.
I just like to go on the record and say I do all my fantasy football stuff at home. I don't do it at work, except for talking about it right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's the joy about working in radio.
We have that recorded that you said that too, so you're right. Don't worry about it.
But yesterday, here's the deal. Yesterday, fantasy football draft's getting ready, and I have to prep. I mean, I don't want to go in and get my butt handed to me because the league that we're in, it's guys versus girls.
Oh, really?
Yes, and you have one division full of guys, one division full of girls.
Wow.
I don't want to lose to the girls. I'm not saying that girls don't know anything about football, because I know that there are a few guys that are on the guys' team that don't know anything about football, especially after some of the picks last night. However, there are some of the girls who were voting based on looks alone.
Oh,
and and I don't want to lose to them, so I had to do my homework, and I think I was drafting fourth last night, so I think I have a pretty good team and a pretty good shot at it. I usually do pretty good, but it's been a couple of years since I've won one.
I'm sorry, ma'am. N. Kinsler is not a football player. I can just picture Charles saying something like that.
You should
what are you doing?
You should have seen some of the conversation about it. It just basically, hey, which guy's cuter?
Oh, geez.
That's how I got Witten, because Witten lost out to another player.
Really? Because he wasn't as cute as somebody else.
Yes.
Wow. There you go. I guess it looked out for you then.
Definitely.
Well, speaking of the NFL, I found this story talking about the NFL wants the people who play at the halftime show to pay them to play at the halftime show.
I can see that start to happen.
But the people that they want is Rihanna, Katy Perry, and Coldplay, and they've all said no. They're not going to pay to play.
Right.
And everybody wants Weird Al Yankovic to play at the Super Bowl.
That's not going to happen ever.
His petition already has up to 126,000 signatures.
That's never going to happen.
Really?
You know what? I can almost guarantee you one of these people are going to play the Super Bowl.
Katy Perry, probably.
Katy Perry has a new album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coldplay would put people to sleep.
Yeah.
It is. You know what? And the halftime show is irrelevant. I'll turn and watch Kittens before I watch the halftime show for the NFL.
All he has to do is bring Jennifer Lawrence up on stage, and then everybody will liven up. I know I would.
Have you ever watched the what is it, the Pet Bowl, the Puppy Bowl?
I've watched like preview, or not previews, but like the highlights.
Right.
I know Alex watched that thing all.
Oh my goodness, I bet.
It's so much better than the actual halftime show.
Is it?
It is.
It seems like I said, I've seen the highlights from like the winners of those things. I didn't realize that it was a real thing. I thought it was just like a mockumentary type.
It really is.
Thing.
It's. I mean, they're really. They're puppies. They really can't play.
Yeah, but I mean, it's funny because they have like a little miniature field with turf and everything. It's
but
I could just see Alex with his Chihuahua jersey on.
Yes. Oh, what's crazy is I went out to Sterling City yesterday and got to meet up with the Eagles out there, and they have a beautiful turf field. Speaking about the turf,
they do have a great field.
They do. See, I played there when I was in high school. Sterling City was still 11-man, and we had played there, and that field was nothing like it was when I played. It still had a track, and half of it was grass, half of it was dirt. But it was beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful facility out there. And it was a lot of fun out there in Sterling City. I've got a full report on it and got to talk with a couple of the students. And it's good kids out there. There's the coach that's out there in Sterling City. He's been there 2 years, Coach Thompson.
Are they the Eagles?
Yeah, the Eagles.
Okay.
He played 6-man football growing up.
Okay.
And then he got a college scholarship to go play 11-man football somewhere. And he played all 4 years of college. And then he coached at the 2A, 3A, and the 5A level. He was at a Arlington school for 8 years teaching or coaching 5A. Wow. He was offensive coordinator there, and went from there to Sterling City.
Hey,
back down to 6-man, but 6-man's where his heart is. That's what he said.
He's building a program.
Yeah, and he was able to take all that awesome stuff that you get at a huge program that can, afford it and have all these different students to select from and all this. It's just a different program than a small school, and he's now applying that to Sterling City, and it's kind of exciting to see 5A tactics used in a 6A team. You know what I mean? It's pretty neat. But they had, the equipment that they had. They just built this huge workout room with the weights and everything. I'll have some pictures on the website later on for that. And the little things that you run through that have the plastic things that you run through.
Right. I don't know what they're called either.
Yeah, exactly. The run through thingies with the plastic thingies. Like they had one of those though, and like I've never seen one of those at a small high school ever.
We don't. Do we even have one of those?
I'm not sure. It's expensive. I mean, it's expensive for this equipment, but it's really cool. I got some great pictures, got some pretty good video, and some awesome interviews over there in Sterling City. Class acts over there.
Excellent.
They were real classy. It was a lot of fun though. I know. One of the students that was over there, he had a spinal issue where his spine, he basically told me, my spine's like an S and I can't play football. Coolest kid in the world. He followed me around the whole time I was over there and just talked my ear off. And I was like, awesome. Yeah, man, that's cool. Help me out a little bit. I was asking his opinion on taking pictures and all.
What was his name?
I just felt horrible. I believe it was Kevin. And I just felt horrible because he wanted to play football so bad, but he couldn't do it just because of the injury. Right. And it was heartbreaking, but he was the lead manager over there for Sterling City and did a great job. I mean, that small teams like that are always fun to be around because a lot of these kids have grown up their entire life together, and there's only 20 or 30 of them max between JV and varsity and the managers and everybody out there. But they've known each other for 16, 17, 18 years. It's a really cool, I guess, environment when you're around those small schools like that. It's different, that's for sure.
Tell you what, Gooney, we have an announcement that we're going to make. I made a bit of an announcement yesterday on Texas Country Afternoon. I actually gave away the first 4 tickets to that event.
Oh, really?
Delcoat's Bulldog Laundry came by. Yeah. Delcoat's Heating and AC dropped all 4 tickets. They were the first 4 tickets to the event, and we were able to give those away. Jay Holt out of Coahoma, he picked those up, and I mean he's a Coahoma Bulldog fan through and through. Yeah. So he didn't go to Coahoma, but he lives there now, and he's a Bulldog fan.
Okay.
And so he picked up the first 4 tickets. We're going to tell you about that event coming up on Gooney in the Morning.
That's right. We'll do that. We're going to take a real quick break. We'll be right back here on KBST AM and FM.
Hi, I'm Joyce at Chotewell Service. We're a family-owned business established in 1957 by Carol and me, serving this community's water well needs with professional service. Licensed by the state of Texas, Chotewell Service works on windmills, submersible pumps, drill water wells for irrigation, domestic, and oil field. We rent generators and pumps. For your water well needs, call us. Chotewell Service, 393-5231. We're the best in the business.
I'm Adrian Calvi, your State Farm agent. I like dealing with people to help them protect their assets and prepare for the unexpected. State Farm has more than just insurance. It offers a complete line of financial instruments to give you a bright and secure future. I can give you educated advice, and I'm available anytime. I'm Adrian Calvio with State Farm. I'm in tune with your insurance and financial needs.
I'm Danny Flanagan. Some topics are easy to talk about. Cremation isn't one of them. But when planning a funeral, it's a good idea to consider all the choices. At Nally Pickle & Welch Funeral Home and Crematory, we can help. If you're considering cremation, we can explain all the alternatives for a dignified, personalized service. Did you know that with cremation, you can still have a visitation, memorial gathering, interment, and all the regular funeral services? Contact Nally Pickle & Welch for a free brochure on cremation and cost. We'll answer all your concerns.
When you combine juicy beef patties with enough jalapenos to power a rocket to Jupiter, you expect the price to be astronomical as well. Instead, you get one of the best values on Earth, and a new movement is born, Econom-Nom-Nomics, where impossibly good food and low prices can coexist in the universe. The Jalapeno Double. Try it now for just $2 on McDonald's Dollar Menu and more. It's Econom-Nom-Nomical. Nom, 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 nom. Prices and participation may vary.
Good morning, abuelita.
Mijo, I'm glad you came over for breakfast. Here's some money. Run to the market and buy some chorizo for the burritos.
Oh, tita, can we just go to McDonald's?
Why?
Well, McDonald's has a new chorizo burrito. It's delicious.
The new chorizo burrito is now at McDonald's. Scrambled eggs, dark meat chicken, chorizo seasoning, tomatoes, green chilies, onions, and white cheddar cheese, wrapped in a warm flour tortilla. It's a breakfast for everyone to love at McDonald's.
Vámonos. Let's go, mijo.
Limited time only at participating McDonald's.
This is your Action News reporter again at the scene of Back in Motion Chiropractic, where another amazing incident seems to have occurred. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened here at Back in Motion?
Yeah, I did. He looked like an ordinary man, but I believe he was a superhero. He took Ethel's head and adjusted her neck real gentle-like, and she came out a-smiling. Took her pain away in a flash. Come back here, Ethel!
There you have it. Pain has once again been eliminated at Back in Motion Chiropractic.
Need cash fast? Cash Pawn loans on tools, electronics, musical equipment, gold, and much more. Cash Pawn will pay you for any of your used or unwanted guns. Turn your broken or unwanted gold into cash fast. No need to worry about bad credit or credit checks. You're guaranteed to get your money quick. Cash Pawn loans to help you in your time of need. It's friendly, convenient, and confidential. Let Cash Pawn be your #1 pawn shop, located at 210 North Gregg Street in Big Spring.
Lonnie Edwards of Toledo puts paint on a canvas, then has chickens walk on it to create claw art.
I was sort of low on supply of chicken, so I borrowed 3 from my neighbor, and I put them in with my hands, and that was a mistake. They thought. I really came out with some wild paintings that time.
Weekdays at 8:15 a.m. on KBST.
Waking you up since 2013. It's Gooney in the Morning.
I love how that beat starts right there, and I just, out of the corner of my eye, my peripheral vision, I just see simultaneously Heather and Charles both just start nodding your head. Welcome back.
How can you not?
Yeah,
That's true.
I love that.
It's true. Welcome back to Gooney in the Morning here on KBST AM and FM. We're halfway through the week. It is Wednesday, August 20th, 6:41. You'll make it?
Yeah. I figured it'd just go well with you saying it's the middle of the week.
It is. It is. It is. 76 degrees already.
It feels great
it's gonna
outside.
be hot out there
it
today.
feels great out there.
It's warming up.
It was like 67, 68 yesterday at this time. Remember? Don't you
No,
remember?
it
You
was
remember.
72.
No, it was because
Yeah.
it was going back and forth between 69 degrees and 70 degrees all morning long.
Okay.
All morning. Let's talk about this for the rest of the day, Heather. See, there was one time I said it's 60. I'm joking. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not.
Tell you what, let's talk about something that people want to hear. We teased this right before we went to the break, and we took a break yesterday. If you were listening to Texas Country Afternoons, I kind of made a little bit of a small announcement and gave away some tickets, and it was kind of cool that Dale Coates dropped those tickets off to me because they were the very first tickets. Now, Gooney and I had been a part of in the planning of this event, so we kind of got to see it come together a little bit. But the event is the Howard County Scholarship Bowl.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool event. And what it is it's a football game that's usually played for the past couple of years. It's been played in Midland, even though it's the Howard County Bowl, and it pits Coahoma up against Forsan.
Yeah.
And, I mean, this is a really good game. It's their first football game of the season. It's kind of sets the tone for the season. Last year's game was a heartbreaker.
Yeah, it was. Forsan won the game last year, and it came down to the wire there at the end. There was some
controversy.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You know, there was some, I guess, a call that could have went either way, and if it went Coahoma's way, Coahoma would have ended up winning the game, and Forsan ended up winning at the end. I mean, it was
one of those games.
Yeah, like it was one of those games that kind of just ended with a bad taste in a lot of folks' mouth.
Everybody leaves with their heads down.
But at the same time, it was such a good game. And when stuff like that happens at the end of the game, as I know as a coach and a player, you always think, well, you know, if we're going to hang our hat on that one instance and say that's why we won or that's why we lost the game, then why are we even here? Because you know there were mistakes that we made early on that we should have fixed that would have made us come out on top too. So yeah, there was. I mean, like I said, the end of the game kind of ended badly, but that was one of the things. The worst part about that game, it was hot.
Well, you know
it was hot.
You know what? You're not going to have to worry about this year. You're not going to have to drive all the way to Midland for the game. Game's going to be held right here in Big Spring on August 29th. That's a Friday night. It's going to be at Memorial Stadium, and And the cool thing is Big Spring is playing on Saturday. So not only will the Forsan and Coahoma fans be able to come out, but the Big Spring fans are being asked to come out as well.
Awesome. Yeah.
The cool thing is, and you might have picked it up from the title, it's the Howard County Scholarship Bowl.
Right.
When they played in Midland, they were given 2 scholarships, one for each team. Yes, one for each team. And the community leaders here said, you know what, we can do better than that.
That's right.
And so they have it. And what I'm hearing is they're going to give at least 3 scholarships per team.
That's huge.
A total of 6 scholarships at least.
At least
it could be more. The community support for this game is awesome. Also, there are going to be a special edition T-shirts for this.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of partial because I had a hand in designing it. Gooney did as well. I mean, we took this thing from pen and paper sketch all the way up to a beautiful T-shirt. And the T-shirts are going to have the same design on them. There's going to be a shield that's going to say the Howard County Bowl. It's going to have an oil derrick on it in the background. They're going to have the buffalo and the bulldog on it.
Yeah.
And Forsan's going to be wearing black. Coahoma's going to be wearing red. And it's going to be a good time for everyone. We're also going to have a tailgate party starting an hour before the game, and we're going to have free hot dogs, and they're going to be gladly taking donations. But we're going to try to get some band out there, and we're going to have a great time.
Yeah, it's going to be a really fun game. During the game, of course, we'll be broadcasting this game live on 95.7 this time. Or is this going to be on 1490?
No, it's going to be on 95.7.
Yeah, this is the big game. But we'll have sideline reporters. Jody Reed will be down there reporting from the sideline for us. I'll possibly be down there on the sideline too. We're going to bring back the old dog. Dale Coates is going to be up there. I just wanted to call him an old dog. He'll be up there in the booth. He'll actually be up there with Tim Walsh and Tim Knox, so that'll be a lot of fun calling that game. It's just going to be a lot of excitement. It's really fun. It's the first real game of the season for both of these schools, and they're huge rivals, but at the same time, a lot of these kids have grown up together, so they've known each other for a long time.
Right.
So Coahoma and Forsan, when they get out there, like I said, it's a huge rivalry game, but at the same time, they have a lot of fun with each other out there.
Yeah, this is going to be a really cool event. We're gonna have the ticket information available for you shortly. But the big thing is you're going to want to get out and actually go to this game because it's going to be huge. It was huge when they held it in Midland, and that was when people had to take off early from work, drive to Midland, and go sit in the sun. This time it's
on a Thursday usually.
Yeah, this time it's going to be on a Friday night in Big Spring Memorial Stadium, August 29th.
Yeah, that's awesome. And those shirts will be on sale pretty soon, too. That's what's going to be exciting. We don't have the exact date of when they'll be on sale.
They will.
But,
sure looks pretty good, doesn't it, Heather?
I actually really liked the way that y'all did the shirts. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I'm going to have to support Red Guys. I'm sorry.
You're going with Coahoma. Let's put Gooney on the spot. Gooney, who are you going to go with?
See, that's what's tough, man. It's really, really tough. Just
How is it tough? You went to Forsan.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on.
Forsan. I'm going with Forsan. The thing that made it tough was that I've been watching Coahoma football for the past 6 years or so.
They're good.
That's where I've had to. I mean, I haven't had to go, but my wife is from Coahoma. That's where she graduated from, and she still had 2 younger brothers that were in the school system when we got married. So, and they both played football. So I've been watching Coahoma football for the past 6 years or so, but deep in my heart, it's black and sad.
It is.
I'm going to remain neutral in
I'm
this.
going with Forsan. No, I've got to go with
I don't have a dog or a buffalo in this fight.
Yeah, no, I graduated from Forsan, so that's where I live. That's where my kids are going to school.
That's what you have to do.
My favorite color is red.
And I don't have any brother-in-laws playing football for Coahoma again. So
well, there you go.
Go Buffs.
Should be an easy choice, right?
Go Buffs.
Rough.
Hey, guys. You both seen the Ice Water Challenge videos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're raising money for ALS, which is a good thing.
They are.
You should watch the ones that go wrong.
And I think a lot of
gotten those yet,
people feel like Gooney. You're kind of getting tired of it, right?
A little bit, yeah.
It's starting to wear thin, and people are kind of getting to the point to where they're like either they love this and they're doing it, or they hate it and they're just complaining about it like Gooney. But,
I'm not complaining.
The cool thing is enough people are doing it to where there's a blooper reel of people who are doing it wrong.
Right.
And I watched this blooper reel. It was about 8 minutes long yesterday, and I mean they're only showing each person for 10 or 15 seconds. I mean they go straight to the part where they're doing it wrong. And I mean so many people, you would think dumping a bucket of ice water on your head is the easiest thing to do.
Right.
And apparently it's not that easy because people are getting hit in the head with buckets, slipping, falling down.
He just threw, like, she went to dump the bucket on her head, and her friend just threw an entire ice chest full of ice water at her head.
Ice chest is still closed and locked. And
It
they just hit her
was.
with it.
Like, it opened when it hit her.
And you know the big plastic garbage bins that we have in Big Spring?
Yeah.
The brown ones?
Right.
Well, another community has ones exactly like it, except they're blue. So somebody gets up on top of a garage, and they fill it up with ice and everything, and they're standing on top of the person, and I bet you can't see where this is going to go wrong. They start to dump it in the whole thing because it has wheels on the front.
Yeah.
The whole thing rolls and just smashes the person.
See, it would have been a lot cooler to jump inside of that thing.
And just swim around.
Like, ooh, look at me. Look at
I'm a smoothie.
See,
but then again, it's a trash can. I mean, how clean is that? That's not very sanitary.
Here's my thing on this ice bucket challenge. Like, I think it's great. It's a really cool viral way to get people to donate to a great cause, in my opinion. And that's where it has been good because they've said over $15 million so far for the ice bucket challenge. Here's my thing. There's so many celebrities, and this was coming straight from Steve-O. Have you seen Steve-O's ice bucket challenge?
It wouldn't.
No, but I will tell you in a minute, the best one so far.
Well, Steve-O did an ice bucket challenge, and it's not a funny one or anything like that. Nothing like what you would expect from Steve-O. It's real. I mean, he just gets a regular bucket, dumps it on his head, but he makes a point in an article that he attached to it was that so many celebrities have done this ice bucket challenge, but a lot of them are doing it for basically to get credit and to get out there and say, hey, look, I did it, because there should be way more than $15 million donated if a lot of these celebrities are doing this, because celebrities got a lot more money.
Well, here's the deal. You can't really minimize the $15.6 million because that's 50 times the normal amount.
Right.
50 times the normal amount.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it is a great amount, and it's a lot of money. That's what I'm saying. It's a great thing, but at the same time, with the amount of celebrities that have done this, I mean, look, Zach Brown Band probably could have donated, a few $100,000 if they wanted to. And a lot of these, I mean, look at Charlie Sheen dumping $10,000. Now that's a stand. He made a stand. He dropped some money on this challenge.
Well, you know what? I would have to get a list of people who did this to really complain. But like I said, anything that raises awareness, I'm good with.
It's okay in my book.
And I haven't been challenged yet.
Yeah.
However, I've been threatened. And so I've been thinking about what to do if I get challenged. But if I get challenged, you two are going to be my nominees. I'm just letting you know that. But I've been thinking because people don't want to just do the ice bucket challenge anymore.
Right.
They want to do this elaborate thing. Have you seen Bill Gates?
No, I haven't.
Have you seen the Foo Fighters?
That's my favorite one so far. Bill Gates built this contraption that he used.
Oh,
I've seen construction crews who filled the buckets of their bulldozers and dumped it on them. I've seen all these special ones, and Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters decided to do a movie. He basically did a reenactment of the movie Carrie.
Yeah.
And it was really well produced.
Wow.
It was.
So all these things are actually doing nothing but raising awareness, and people are taking it up a notch. So I'm told in the next couple of days that I'll actually be nominated. And that'll be fun. We'll do video of it if that happens.
Yeah.
But if that happens, I'm telling you, you two are going down.
Well,
Can we dump it, though?
How about this, though? If you get nominated, let's just turn that over to the entire Gooney in the Morning crew, and we'll do it together as a crew. That way we can nominate someone else here in town.
Well, if we do it as a crew, we can only still nominate 3 people. But if I nominate you two and another person, then y'all have to nominate 3 each, so that'll be 9. That's how it goes viral. We'll raise more money that way, right?
No, we'll just each get to nominate 3. How about that?
We'll drag it out.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Oh, man.
Just drag it out and nominate 14 people.
No.
Like, you know what? I do what I want.
Just hint, don't mess up on the morning show or community calendar.
Yeah, right. You gotta watch your words and stuff like that. You gotta be careful. Hey, we'll have some birthdays coming up here in just a few minutes. Be sure to get your birthdays and or your anniversaries into our Facebook page at facebook.com/KBest957. We'll be reading those live and on the air along with your sweetheart of the day. And we'll also have some more information on Sterling City with them being the KBST Sports High School Football Team of the Day. We'll be talking about that a little bit later on Gooney in the Morning. We got TSN coming up right here on KBST AM and FM.
TSN News, I'm Mitch Carr. Some members of the grand jury that indicted Governor Rick Perry say they're offended at his suggestion that their deliberations were politically motivated. Juror Scott Hillman saying Perry's dismissive comments following the indictment last Friday are disrespectful. But analysts are wondering if the courtroom will be used in politics more often now. Political analyst John Weekly says it's likely, but it carries risks.
There's a backlash aspect to this, and it could very well bolster Governor Perry's reputation in the state and maybe even in the rest of the country.
Weekly points out that after the impeachment hearings were held involving President Bill Clinton, Clinton's approval rating actually went up. A woman accused of murdering her husband will get his life insurance money. A judge has awarded the payout of Bill Hall Jr.'s policy to Francis Hall. The San Antonio trucking magnate died in a motorcycle crash last fall. Police say Mrs. Hall chased her husband in her SUV and ran him off the road. She's charged with murder, but the probate judge has ruled Mrs. Hall can get about $300,000 from the policy. The Hall's 2 adult children had testified they wanted their mother to get the benefits. The murder charge against Francis Hall carries a maximum penalty of 99 years. Tarrant County commissioners have decided to honor military members in an unusual way.
It's called Armed Forces First. The idea came from County Commissioner J.D. Johnson to allow soldiers to go to the head of the line for county services. Judge Glenn Whitley says it's a way to honor those serving their country.
So as we begin it, at least, it's just for active duty uniform. It'll be just active duty folk in uniform.
County Administrator G.K. Mania says it will start right away.
They would put up some signage, and we've included that signage in the resolution that would allow military personnel that are in uniform to go to the first in line to get service.
They're encouraging other businesses and government agencies to find ways to honor military members. In Fort Worth, Chuck Schechner, TSN News.
And some Texas veterans are eligible to receive a discounted or free home through a relatively new program. Janie Taylor with the Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation says the nationwide initiative was started by Bank of America, which donates foreclosed homes.
The homes vary in terms of where they're located. It just depends on where there is a vacant or foreclosed home that has been donated to us.
And the website is tsahc.org. The U.S. Navy has confirmed a sunken ship discovered in the Java Sea is, in fact, the USS Houston, which was sunk by the Japanese during the Battle of Sunda Strait during World War II. This is TSN News.
The one constant with life insurance is that your needs are always changing. Just ask Dale, a lifelong member of Herman Sons.
When I was a child, my parents bought me my first life insurance policy through Herman Sons. Leaving home, of course, meant talking to Herman Sons about additional coverage.
After Dale and I married, naturally we turned to Herman Sons for my life insurance coverage too.
Then along came our son Jacob.
And later, our daughter Caitlin.
So we asked Herman Sons to insure each of them as well.
Every step of the way, Herman Sons has been there, making sure that every member of this family is protected.
Herman Sons Fraternal Insurance, ensuring a better future for Texans at all stages of life since 1861. Talk to a Herman Sons agent today about the importance of life insurance coverage for every member of your family. Visit our website at hermansons.org or call 800-234-4124. That's 800-234-4124. For today, for tomorrow, for life. Herman Sons Fraternal Insurance.
Police in Ferguson, Missouri say they made 47 arrests of mostly people refusing to leave the protests overnight, but the demonstrations were said to be a lot calmer, lacking the tossing of rocks and Molotov cocktails seen in recent days. U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder visits Ferguson today. Rules governing the secretive U.S. no-fly list are getting a once-over. The Obama administration is promising to change the way travelers can ask to be removed from the list of suspected terrorists who are banned from air travel. The decision comes after a federal judge ruled that their lack of a meaningful way to challenge the designation was unconstitutional. And Palestinian militants have launched dozens of rockets, and Israel has responded with airstrikes today after mediation efforts collapsed in Cairo. I'm Mitch Carr on the Texas State Network. This is TSN.
With news every hour, this is KBST AM and FM, Big Spring.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Richard Davies. Shocking and depraved is how Britain's Prime Minister David Cameron describes the brutal video posted online by the Islamist group ISIS. It appears to show the execution of American journalist James Foley, who was captured nearly 2 years ago by insurgents in Syria. More from ABC's Brian Ross.
In the chilling video, the 40-year-old photojournalist Foley is forced to kneel and is clearly coerced, but still shows great dignity and courage. I wish I could have the hope of freedom and seeing my family once again, he said, but that ship has sailed.
The online video also shows another hostage identified as American Steven Sotloff, a freelance journalist. ISIS also threatens to kill him. Attorney General Eric Holder promising a thorough investigation into the fatal police shooting of 18-year-old Michael Brown. Holder travels to Ferguson, Missouri today to meet with authorities taking part in that federal inquiry. Police say they are still dealing with a dangerous situation from some agitators in Ferguson last night, says Highway Patrol Captain Ron Johnson.
They began throwing bottles. They threw urine on officers, and that's what caused officers to take action and begin to make arrests.
47 arrests were made last night, but most of the protests were more peaceful than they had been in previous days. Very heavy rain swept through parts of Arizona yesterday. The National Weather Service says 8 inches fell in some parts of the mountains north of Phoenix.
It just came up and overwhelmed everybody. Those poor people over there just didn't know what hit them.
Frances Perkins, who says her home was flooded. 2 adults and 2 children still being held in a home in suburban Chicago. 4 other children were released. The hostage-taking began in Harvey, Illinois, when the men fled from police after a home break-in. This is ABC News.
The garage floor, a foundation for the cardboard you lie on, under your car, wrench in hand, a place to rest a cold beverage and put Saturday to good use. So Advance Auto Parts lets you order your parts online at advanceautoparts.com and pick them up in store in just 30 minutes. So you can get back to the garage doing what you love. Advance Auto Parts. Let's get you back to the garage.
Visit advanceautoparts.com to learn more.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. So cancel the cable and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
At just $24.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card.
Call 877-319-MY-TV. That's 877-319-MY-TV. There's an easier way to find out if your car is affected by a recall starting today. ABC's Scott Goldberg found out more.
General Motors and even when recalls aren't making big headlines, 7.6 million more cars. They're always happening. Millions of vehicles get recalled every year, and knowing if your car is one of them isn't always easy, which is why the Department of Transportation launched this tool called VIN Lookup. That's VIN as in vehicle identification number. Type in that number you find on the dashboard, and this website tells you if something needs to be fixed. If not, it'll say no open recalls. You'll find this VIN lookup tool on the website safercars.gov. Scott Goldberg, ABC News.
The late payment rate on home loans now down 20% compared to a year ago. Credit reporting agency TransUnion out with the numbers saying fewer homeowners are falling behind on mortgage payments. The late payment rate at its lowest in 6 years. I'm Richard Davies, ABC News.
Elrod's Furniture is pleased to announce that we are now the authorized dealer for Flex Steel furniture. Flex Steel, America's seating specialist, has been producing high-quality furniture for over 100 years. The Latitudes collection features the Dual Flex spring system that sets the standard for comfort. This spring system pairs the famous blue ribbon seat spring with helical coils into a durable steel frame. And because it's Flex Steel, both the wood frame and the spring system are guaranteed for life. The Latitudes collection lets you enjoy the quality of Flex Steel furniture, as well as the luxury of fine leather at prices you can afford. So come in for a no-pressure shopping experience at Elrod's Furniture, Big Spring's oldest, largest, finest furniture store with the best brands and best prices at 2309 Scurry Street.
It's never too late to enroll at New Hope Christian School for newborns through 12. New Hope offers a Becca curriculum with loving Christian teachers, after-school care, and transportation available for most area schools. Hot, nutritious breakfast, lunch, and an afternoon snack provided. Stop by 118 Cedar Road or go to newhopebigspring.com. That's www.newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference New Hope can make in your child's future.
We're sending you back to the future.
Your child's future depends on their education, and Nazarene Christian Academy continues to provide you with a choice in that education. With kindergarten, first grade, and second grade coming in 2014, they provide a Becca curriculum with certified, loving Christian teachers. For more information, go to newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference Nazarene Christian Academy can make in your child's future.
I remember the look on our kids' faces when I told them we were going to Schlitterbahn. You'd think I just told them that school was canceled forever. I remember how excited our 10-year-old got when he saw the miles of tube chutes and slides, the waves, the rivers, and the thrilling adventures. Our teenage daughter was so excited she even forgot that her cell phone was stashed in a locker. And believe me, that's saying a lot. I remember the whole family sharing tubes and holding on for the ride. That's right, my kids were actually sharing. Even my husband was laughing like a kid again. And that was just when he found out that parking was free. We shared a lot of fun on our family vacation to Schlitterbahn, and I'll hold on to the memories forever.
Hold on to your family and summer fun at Schlitterbahn Water Parks. With unique experiences in New Braunfels, Galveston Island, and South Padre Island, there's something for everyone. Purchase tickets, make resort reservations, and view water park schedules at Schlitterbahn.com.
It's the hottest, coolest time in Texas. We're going to Schlitterbahn.
Napa Auto Parts in Big Spring is proud to be a supporter of our community and is the leader in auto and truck parts. Napa is the oldest automotive parts dealer in Big Spring and features the most complete line of parts and name brand tools, including the hard-to-find ones. When you need automotive parts and accessories or expert advice, go to the place where the mechanics go. Your local Napa Auto Parts dealer in the Blue Brick Building at 4th and Gregg Street in Big Spring.
Napa know-how. Napa know-how.
Your body's in good shape, but is your mouth? Ask Dr. Amy Reese at 710 South Main in Big Spring. Dr. Reese and her caring, courteous professional staff provide quality dental care for the entire family, from teeth cleaning to the smallest dental procedure to full rehabilitation, involving crowns, bridges, implants, and partials. You only have one set of teeth, and Dr. Reese can help you keep them for a lifetime. Let Dr. Amy Reese get your mouth in shape, now accepting new patients.
The first Monday of the month is Law Enforcement Day on KBST's community calendar. Join the Howard County Sheriff's Department and the Big Spring Police Department to find out what is going on in the world of law enforcement. Got a question for them? Email us at cops@kbst.com. cops@kbst.com. It's Law Enforcement Day on KBST's community calendar, the first Monday of the month at 8:15, following the Sound of Texas. Also available on Cable Channel 2 in Big Spring and Cable Channel 10 in Stanton. with the news you need when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning. I'm Kayla Kay with your K-Best Radio Group News. It is Wednesday, August 20th. The time is 7:08 a.m. and it is 76 degrees outside. Your complete weather forecast is coming up. And officials at Scenic Mountain Medical Center have confirmed with KBST News that SMMC Hospital has not been affected by the computer hack that targeted Community Health Systems. The company that owns, operates, and leases 206 hospitals across the United States. There are no hospital records in Big Spring that have been compromised. Unlike the hospitals in CHS, there are clinics that have been affected, including Family Medical Center in Big Spring, Family Medical Center, which has offices in both Malone and Hogan Building, and on Gregg Street, was indeed a part of the computer hack. The exact number of patients' records in Big Spring has not been announced, but it is said to affect only a handful of people. Those who have been affected will be receiving communication from CHS in the coming days. There will be an 800 number that they will be able to call beginning tomorrow. They will be able to provide guidance and answers for those affected. CHS believes the incidents happened in April and June of 2014. The transferred data did not include medical or clinical information, and it did not include credit card or other financial information belonging to patients. The transferred data is, however, considered protected by the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, known as HIPAA, because it included patients' names, addresses, birth dates, telephone numbers, and social security numbers. The period covered by the transferred records is 5 years. KBST News will keep you informed as more information becomes available. And the Big Spring Economic Development Corporation met yesterday evening with the full agenda. Some of the items included the 2014-15 annual budget. It was unanimously approved. The upgrade to the northwest sector of Big Spring was unanimously approved, with one modification that made the term of agreement effective for 5 years rather than 3. And the board voted to adopt the City of Big Spring's policy and procedures effective immediately. It was passed with a 3-2 vote. And the week before students return to the classroom is a very busy week. The area schools are holding orientations, meet the teacher, and schedule pickups this weekend. Today, Big Spring High School sophomores can pick up their schedules from 8 a.m. until noon, and Coahoma can pick up their schedules Wednesday, which is today. Tomorrow, Coahoma Elementary will have a meet the teacher at 11 a.m. Coahoma Junior High registration and meet the teacher is at noon. 4th and 6th grade orientation will be held at 2:30 in the auditorium, and all BS ISD elementary schools will hold meet the teacher night at each campus tomorrow. And Big Spring High School freshman orientation will be held at 6 p.m. in the high school auditorium. And Forest End Elementary will have meet the teacher from 6 to 7 p.m. Governor Rick Perry was booked yesterday evening at the Travis County Justice Complex on 2 felony charges.
I'm going to enter this courthouse with my head held high, knowing the actions that I took were not only lawful and legal, but right.
The governor was fingerprinted and had his mugshot taken.
I reported to the county authorities a few minutes ago, and I want to take a moment and just say thank you to the sheriff's deputies and for the great professionalism that they showed me just now.
Perry was indicted last Friday after he vetoed money that was meant for the Travis County Public Integrity Unit after District Attorney Rosemary Lindbergh refused to resign following a drunk driving conviction. After being fingerprinted and having his mugshot taken, Perry told cheering supporters outside of the courthouse the indictment was trying to achieve at the courthouse what could not be achieved at the ballot box. Perry told the crowd, "We will prevail," and that he won't be distracted by these baseless political charges.
I'm gonna fight this injustice with every fiber of my being. And we will prevail.
The governor is confident that he will be exonerated. And Brandy Johnson, superintendent of Forsan ISD, is inviting the community to get involved with the schools in a different way. This Friday, the community is invited to participate in Forsan's 11th annual prayer breakfast at 7:30 a.m. in the high school cafeteria. Tickets can be reserved by calling the superintendent's office, and they are on sale at each Forsan campus office. The cost is $4 per person, and the money is used to cover the associated expenses since no school district money is used for the event. And Healthy Woman will be hosting the annual Ladies' Night Out on August 28th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. The featured stops will be Uptown Salon and Day Spa, Splurge, and Jake Witzel Gifts and Interiors. Each of these locations will offer extended business hours, refreshments, and an opportunity to win door prizes. For more information, you can call Amanda Duferat at 432-268-4699 or Anita Klein at 432-268-4721. And Leadership Big Spring registration has been extended through August 27th at 3 p.m. The first class is Thursday, September 11th. Leadership Big Spring is a program designed to increase leadership skills and to learn more about the community. Applications are available to pick up at the Chamber office at 215 West 3rd. The application can also be emailed, faxed, or delivered. And the Howard County AgriLife Extension Service will be hosting a workshop on rainwater harvesting. The workshop will promote rainwater harvesting as an alternate or supplemental source of water that can allow us to have a sustainable source of water for years to come. The workshop will be held on Thursday, August 28th at 6 p.m. at the G.C. Broughton Ag Complex. The cost to attend is $10. The Russ McEwen Family Aquatic Center will wrap up the 2014 summer season this week. The Aquatic Center will open for regular hours through Friday. The annual Splash Out event is set for this Saturday, August 23rd, when the Aquatic Center will close until next summer. In the Fill the Bus with Praise and Supplies drive asks the community to help support local students this year by literally filling a school bus with school supplies. So far, the drive is off to a great start, and on Saturday, local State Farm agent Adrian Calvio sponsored an entire first grade class of 25 students, and he did this for under $500 at Walmart. To make your supply donation, visit Back in Motion Chiropractic at 1113 South Scurry. All monetary donations can be made at Western Bank at 607 South Scurry. The Fill the Bus with Praise and Supplies drive will end August 22nd. The supplies will be distributed on August 22nd at Back in Motion from 3 to 6 p.m. In obituaries, Geraldine Halfman, 92, of Amarillo, formerly of Big Spring, died Saturday, August 16th, in an Amarillo nursing home. Funeral services will be at 1 p.m. today at the Nellie Pickle and Welch Rosewood Chapel. Interment will follow at Trinity Memorial Park. Rob Aldenshive, 62, of Lubbock, died Sunday, August 3rd, 2014, in Warsaw, Poland. Memorial services will be at 11 a.m. Saturday, August 23rd, at the First Presbyterian Church in Cahoma. The family will receive friends from 6 to 8 p.m. Friday, August 22nd, at the Nellie Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Patsy C. Chansey, 74, of Big Spring, died Saturday, August 16th, in a local hospital. Funeral services will be 10 a.m. today at Holy Trinity Catholic Parish. Interment will follow at Mount Olive Memorial Park. Arrangements are under the direction of Nellie Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. E.D. Wimp Holcomb, 81, of the Big Spring, died Monday, August 18th, 2014, in a Lubbock hospital. Funeral services will be held at 10 a.m. Friday, the 14th, and at 14th and Main Church of Christ. Interment will follow at Trinity Memorial Park, and the family will receive friends from 6 to 8 p.m. Thursday evening at the Nellie Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Iona M. Hardison, 91, of Big Spring, died Tuesday, August 19th, 2014, at Scenic Mountain Medical Center. The family will receive friends from 6 to 8 p.m. tomorrow at Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Graveside services will be at 1 p.m. on Friday at Trinity Memorial Park Peace Chapel. KBST News Time is 7:18. This portion of your news is brought to you by Myerson Smith Funeral Home. We'll be back with sports and a look at your weather right after this.
Each person's life touches us in different ways. When a loved one passes on, it's time to honor the gift they gave us.
We wanted a special service. My wife was a special lady.
Talk to us about creating a fitting farewell. And be confident they'll be remembered with sensitivity, compassion, and respect.
Myers & Smith Funeral Home and Chapel.
KBST News Time is 7:19. Now here's KBST Sports Director Gooney with your sports.
Thanks, Kayla. The Sterling City Eagles are today's high school football team of the day, and we caught up with Coach Casey Thompson, who's been at Sterling City only 2 seasons, but has brought his talents acquired through his own 6-man experience as a player, as well as a 12-year veteran coach in many situations.
You know, my I guess my playing coaching career has kind of been unique because it's kind of went full circle from growing up as a 6-man football player to a 11-man college football player to my first 12 years of coaching being an 11-man coach back to where I started in 6-man football. So it's been kind of unique and it's been fun because I've taken a little bit from every program that I've been in and applied it to here at Sterling City to the program that we're running here right now. And I think that's a good formula for success.
We asked Coach Thompson how he can use his different experiences in Sterling City.
Football's football, you know, and it's about blocking and tackling and fundamentals. I think being a coordinator at a 5A school kind of helped me with delegating some things and being ultra organized, you know, in practice. The tempo that we used, you know, in those other programs, I want to apply it to my my program here. Strength conditioning, you know, those things, building athletes. I think that's all pretty universal.
And KBST Sports even spoke with a couple of Eagles players. We asked senior receiver and cornerback Dylan Hughes what
the most
ever for the season.
Beat Water Valley for one, and win the district championship, and just go far in the playoffs and make a state run.
KBST Sports then spoke with senior running back Caleb Davis, who had some goals of his own.
Just accomplish as much as we can as a team and make as far as we can in the playoff.
And his favorite part about playing 6-man football.
It's faster, you can score pretty easy, you got the right blockers.
The conversation ended up with Coach Thompson talking about some of the exciting games to watch for this season.
To be honest with you, every week's big. You know, every game's a big game to us. You know, 2 huge games for us are district games. It's a 4-team district, 2 get out. One's Robert Lee, our neighbor on one side, and one is Water Valley, the neighbor on the other side. Both those 2 games are huge because 3 good football teams and one's not going to advance. And so those are 2 big games on the schedule. Obviously, playing Garden City, that's a big one. We wanted to renew some rivalries. We didn't have Blackwell on the schedule before, and they're not far down the road, and we wanted to play those guys.
The Eagles kick off the 2014 regular season at home against Blackwell at 7:30 and will be featured throughout the entire day today on the KBest Radio Group. Be sure to check out the pictures and video along with a full article at kbestmedia.com. The Rangers lost to the Marlins 4-3. The Astros beat the Yankees 7-4. This is Gooney in the KBS Sports Center.
Thanks, Gooney. KBST News Time is 7:22. A complete look at our Howard County weather forecast right after this.
This is your Action News reporter again at the scene of Back in Motion Chiropractic, where another amazing incident seems to have occurred. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened here at Back in Motion?
Yeah, I did. He looked like an ordinary man, but I believe he was a superhero. He took Ethel's head and adjusted her neck real gentle-like, and she came out a-smiling. Took her pain away in a flash. Come back here, Ethel!
There you have it. Pain has once again been eliminated at Back in Motion Chiropractic.
The forecast you need when you need it. K-Best Weather.
KBST News Time is 7:23, and your weather today's high is going to be 95 with a low of 73 and a 10% chance of rain today. Winds out of the south at 18 miles per hour. Tomorrow we're looking at mostly sunny skies with a high of 95 and a low of 74 with a 20% chance of rain. Winds out of the south at 17 miles per hour. The rest of the week looks pretty sunny with no chance of rain in the forecast. And stay tuned for Gooney in the Morning right after this.
Our home, it's one of the biggest investments we ever make. I'm Kelly Seals from United Country Heart of the City Realtors. With over 12 years of real estate experience, I have the expertise to help you, whether buying a home or selling your existing property. Call me today and let's make your home buying or selling dreams come true. United Country Realtors, because nobody knows the country like we do.
Now everything is easy 'cause of you.
We're sending you back to the future.
Your child's future depends on their education, and Nazarene Christian Academy continues to provide you with a choice in that education. With second grade coming in 2014, registration is now open. They provide a Becca curriculum with certified loving Christian teachers. For more information, go to newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference Nazarene Christian Academy can make in your child's future.
Every third Monday of the month is Fire Safety Day on KVST's community calendar. Tune in to hear the Big Spring Fire Chief and Fire Marshal as they answer your questions. They've got the information you want to know, the facts you need to know, and even the things you might not think to ask. Fire Safety Day, the third Monday of every month on KVST's community calendar.
That's my name.
All right, here we go. Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
It's showtime.
All right, showtime.
Showtime.
It's showtime.
It's showtime.
Showtime. Showtime. Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Hurry it up.
Broadcasting live from the K-Best studios in the Spring City. It's the morning show you wake up to hear. Gooney in the Morning with Gooney.
It's hard to think of words in the morning.
And Heather.
And I'm dyslexic and ADD.
Yeah.
Whoa.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That escalated quickly.
Are you ready?
Might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break.
Good morning, and welcome to Gooney in the Morning here on KBST AM and FM. I want to remind everybody that this portion of Gooney in the Morning is brought to you by Parks Insurance Agency. Get on down there and see them, 900 Main Street. They'll get you hooked up with home, auto, motorcycle, business insurance. They have almost any national insurance company they can use. Allstate, the Hartford, Travelers, Liberty Mutual, Progressive, so many more. Get down there, ask for Mike Richardson. Tell them that Gooney in the Morning sent you on down there. They will take care of you. We got some birthdays.
Wow.
Got some birthdays. Birthday time. Heather, you got a birthday on the Facebook, don't you?
Yeah, I want to wish a happy birthday to Brandon Height.
Well, there you go. Happy birthday, Brendan. I also had a birthday here to Doug Wiley, one of my good comedian buddies. He listens in from time to time from all the way from, where is it? He's from Kentucky, something like that? Somewhere around there. One of those states. I don't know.
I can't not laugh at what's going on behind Gooney right now.
I get my Facebook page up, and it's look at the orangutan getting it. Look at him.
There's a meme that says how parents feel when school starts, and there's this monkey that is just dancing.
Oh,
what movie is that from?
I don't know. He's getting it. He's getting it hardcore stuff. Who's our sweetheart today, Heather?
Our sweetheart for the day is Miss Mona Green.
Congratulations to Miss Mona. She'll be receiving a beautiful rose and a bud vase from the fine folks at Faye's Flowers. If you haven't seen Mona today, be sure to thank her for everything she does. Congratulate her on getting Sweetheart of the Day and give her $1. And since today's Wednesday, it's Chicken Fried Steak Day. There at Brenda's Hilltop Cafe. That's their lunch special from 11 to 3. Tonight, however, from 4 to 8, it's all-you-can-eat sirloin steak for $13.15 down there at Brenda's Hilltop Cafe. You said you had some pretty cool celebrity birthdays, too?
I do.
Is that what you're laughing at?
Some of these are hilarious.
Let's hear them.
Okay, well, a big one is our new Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, is 31 today.
Oh, nice.
Amy Adams she played Lois Lane in Man of Steel, and she's in the upcoming Batman vs. Superman. She's 40. Jonathan K. Kwan, he was the Asian kid in the Goonies. That did all the gadgets. He's 43 today.
I watched the Goonies over the weekend, by the way.
You?
Yes.
See, there you go.
Such a great movie. Such a great movie.
It has him in here, has Freddie Durst. Is
Fred
44.
Durst?
Yes, it's Freddie Durst is what that says. James Masters, he's 52. He played the blonde-haired spiky vampire in Buffy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like he needed a piece of meat.
Al Roker is 60 today.
Al Roker?
Yeah.
He's skinny, you know.
That's
all people talk about when they talk about Al Roker, is how he lost the weight.
That's it. It says, although he did lose some of his delicious candy coating after he had gastric bypass surgery.
That's all they talk about.
Another big one is Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin is 66, and it's also Dimebag Darrell's birthday today.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't say what he would have been, but...
That's awesome.
They list him as Dimebag Darrell. They don't say Darrell Abbott.
It says Dimebag Darrell Abbott,
Okay, there you
1966
go.
to 2004.
Hey, we got the NASCAR Minute coming up on Gooney in the Morning right here on KBST, AM and FM.
Established almost 80 years ago, the Parks Agency is one of the oldest privately held insurance firms in the state of Texas. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson. Having lived in Big Spring all my life, Big Spring is my hometown. I encourage the growth we are seeing, but I also want to keep things local. We represent a variety of different insurance companies, so we can compare coverage and price to give you, the customer, the absolute best possible value. So instead of being tied down to only one insurance company, come by 900 Main and let us show you the difference of going with an experienced local independent agent.
Good morning. This is Morning News Break from the Texas State Network. I'm Chuck Martin reporting. Coming up this Wednesday, August 20th.
I'm Austin York. Could the courtroom be used more often to fight political battles? I'll take a look.
A defiant Governor Rick Perry was booked on felony charges handed up by a grand jury. He was fingerprinted and photographed yesterday afternoon, then headed off for ice cream. He says he's confident he did the right thing when he vetoed the budget of political foe Rosemary Limburg's Public Integrity Unit in Travis County.
This indictment is fundamentally a political act that seeks to achieve at the courthouse what could not be achieved at the ballot box.
Perry says he vetoed the funds after Limburg refused to resign following a much-publicized drunk driving arrest. One of those felony charges is punishable by 5 to 99 years in prison. The governor's arraignment is Friday, but he won't be there. He'll be in New Hampshire, the nation's first primary state. His legal team will enter a plea. Some grand jury members say they're offended at Perry's suggestion they were politically motivated. One told the Houston Chronicle Perry's dismissive comments following the Friday indictment are, quote, disrespectful. The special prosecutor named by a San Antonio Republican judge to head the Perry case is no stranger to controversy. Last year, the Bexar County DA filed a contempt action accusing Michael McCrum of telling a witness to stay away from court so she wouldn't be available to be examined by prosecutors in an intoxication manslaughter trial last year. McCrum told the Wall Street Journal the allegations are untrue. The Supreme Court is reviewing the complaint. So how strong is the state's case against Perry that he abused his official capacity and coerced a public servant? Legal expert Mazen Zubeda says it'll be hard for the prosecution to prove its case.
He actually was using what is traditionally thought of as political power to veto spending, which he's allowed to do. The case starts getting even flimsier from there.
Well, following the Perry indictment, is the new trend in politics to get your opponent in a courtroom?
Political analyst John Weekly says using the courtroom to get even with your political foe could start a slippery slope.
The new best problem is going to be, how do you deal with the states doing the same thing? Why couldn't Texas sue the president? Or for that matter, why couldn't Texas sue the Congress?
He says eventually the Supreme Court may have to decide if some of these suits have merit. Weekly says using the law to target a political rival can be a risk, though, and actually garner sympathy for the person they are after. Austin York, TSN News.
No winner in last night's Mega Millions jackpot. Friday's drawing will be worth $180 million. More coming up on TSN Morning News Break.
Park Place Retirement Living offers real apartments with the privacy and security everyone wants. Public spaces invite social interaction, from activities and entertainment to dining with friends in a comfortable environment. It's the Herald Reader's Choice for best retirement home. It's cost competitive, roomy, and comfortable. Come by soon. Visit with Amanda Cole Calvio and feel safe in your new home. Park Place, 501 West 17th, Big Spring.
Save money and don't pay retail prices ever again. Cash Pawn offers great cash deals or a fantastic layaway program, their 10-10-10 plan. Put 10% down and then make 10 payments for 10 months. Go see Cash Pawn and get money when you need it. Let Cash Pawn in Big Spring be your one-stop shop for affordable tools, electronics, jewelry, music equipment, guns, and much more. Cash Pawn is dedicated to saving you money and being there for you. Located at 210 North Craig Street in Big Spring.
Welcome back to Morning News Break. A prosecutor tells jurors a Texas dad took the law into his own hands. Cameron Fairchild tells us that man is accused of murdering a drunk driver who struck and killed his sons near Alvin.
David Barajas is accused of fatally shooting Jose Banda after Banda crashed into a vehicle Barajas and his two sons were pushing. Both boys died. Prosecutors claim Barajas killed Banda in a rage, calling the killing an execution. But prosecutors have a few problems with their case. They have no murder weapon, and no witnesses saw the killing. Cameron Fairchild, TSN News.
South Texas Congressman Henry Cuellar says he'll continue to push for fast-track deportations of Central American children. The morgue director in Honduras says only a handful are dying once they're returned to that country.
Certainly, we want to make sure that people understand that not everybody who's returned is put to death. That certainly is not the fact.
This week, the congressman has been meeting with Honduras dignitaries from Honduras, to see how they're protecting the children being sent back to their homes. A report by the National Council of La Raza says Texas stands to lose $68 billion over 3 years in lost productivity as a result of the state's refusal to expand Medicaid.
Republican leaders of the Capitol and the governor's mansion say that they want to work on a Texas solution, but I've yet to see a Texas solution. I've yet to see pen and paper spell out the public policy.
Trey Martinez with La Raza says 60% of voters say that Medicaid should be expanded. Well, wearing a uniform can get you to the head of the line, at least when it comes to business at Tarrant County offices. A uniform announcing you're serving in the armed forces. The new Armed Forces First program has been to recognize and honor those serving the country. Judge Glenn Whitley says it may be expanded in the future.
Potentially somewhere down the line, if we can create a separate line that says for armed forces or veterans.
And some vets could be eligible for a free home or receive a big discount thanks to a nationwide initiative started by Bank of America, which is making homes available to agencies serving vets.
Our vacant homes previously foreclosed. We partner with local organizations to renovate the homes and make them available to eligible veterans.
The Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation's Janie Taylor. To find available homes and eligibility requirements, visit tsahc.org. tsahc.org. About 40% of graduating Texas seniors took the ACT college entrance exam. ACT says more than 116,000 took the test this year, compared to less than 110,000 last year. That number's been steadily increasing since 2010. Well, after taking a break in June, prices at the grocery store went up last month. The Consumer Price Index shows food prices climbing 2.5% from this time last year. Beef and pork tracking much higher. USDA economist Anna Marie Coons says it's a matter of butter supplies being drawn down.
However, they're expected to be built back up over the rest of the year, so these prices may ease somewhat towards the end of 2014.
Beef prices up 10.4% and pork is up almost 11%. Butter leads the way, up 16.5%, but prices for fruit, vegetables, and produce all fell. Speaking of produce, since childhood, we've all been told to eat our veggies.
Nutritionists say it's best to eat 5 servings of fruit and vegetables a day for good health, but that's not happening. Agriculture Commissioner Todd Staples says American adults, on average, only eat 1 serving of fruit and 1.6 servings of vegetables each day.
The numbers that really surprised me were that more than 40% of Texans eat less than 1 serving of fruit a day, and 1 in 5 eat vegetables less than once a day.
He says people who eat a diet rich in produce are shown to live longer. Tony Purcell, TSN News.
Next, Mike Rogers.
Chuck, he proposed to a princess, all of them, at the Magic Kingdom.
I'd get down on my knee, and of course they'd react, and they'd look all shocked and stuff.
We'll have more coming up on the other side of the news.
Along with Chris Schneider, sports as morning news break for Wednesday, August 20th continues.
It's another day in West Texas. Around here, we do things the right way. A handshake is as good as gold. We smile at our neighbors and say please and thank you. And when we're on the road, a simple wave says it all. And our truck is a Chevy, bought right here in West Texas from Trucktown Chevrolet and Lamesa. Live life the West Texas way, the Trucktown Chevy way, formerly Benny Boyd Chevy.
With summer fun in full swing, you may find your family schedule is filling up quickly. Making plans for orthodontic work may not be on your calendar, but orthodontics at Familia Dental is convenient and affordable. Familia Dental is located in Big Spring, offers free orthodontic consultations, $199 down, 0% financing, guaranteed in-house payment plan approval, and monthly payments as low as $75. This is a limited time offer. Book your free orthodontic consultation with Familia Dental by calling 432-264-0205.
Welcome back to Morning News Break. Here's TSN's Mike Rogers with the other side of the news.
When most people go to the Magic Kingdom, they do what we all do. Ride the rides, eat the food, spend a bunch of money, but you do not offer marriage proposals to all of the Disney princesses. At least you don't unless you're Blaine Gibson of Austin. Well, then you do propose, just for the heck of it.
I decided the night before we went to Disney World to go to Walmart and buy an engagement ring, like a fake engagement ring. And every Disney princess I ran across, I made sure to track them down and did the whole proposal thing.
How much did this ring cost you?
The ring was probably about $12.
Okay, so not a big investment, but the proposal was genuine.
I would go up to them and I'd say, "Hey, it might get a little awkward, but I'm gonna propose to you if that's okay."
Boy, could it get any more romantic than that?
The first one was my favorite one. That was Ariel.
Up where they walk, up where they run.
Now, you know Ariel's only like 16.
No, this girl wasn't.
But she shot him down just the same. So then it was on to Rapunzel and Cinderella.
A dream is a wish.
And the rejections just kept coming.
They were definite no's.
Goodbye.
Oh, wait. I don't even know your name.
And then Belle shot him down, just like she did with Gaston.
Dismissed, rejected, publicly humiliated.
So Blaine decided to ask Gaston himself. Like, what the heck? He wasn't getting anywhere with the girls.
So Gaston, I go up and I drop down on my knee. And I think for just a split second, the actor broke character.
Finally regaining his composure long enough to say,
"Oh, hell no!"
And so the day ended without an engagement. But Blaine isn't giving up. And hey, he never did find Pocahontas or Snow White.
Someday my prince will come.
And I'm Mike Rogers with the other side of the news. You gonna hang on to the ring?
I actually gave away the ring. I gave it to Tinkerbell.
On TSN.
Chris Schneider's got sports.
Thank you, Chuck. Good morning. Baseball last night saw the Astros come up aces in New York. They beat the Yanks 7-4. Chris Carter snapping a ninth-inning tie with a 3-run shot, his 30th homer of the season. Rangers blow a ninth-inning squeeze bunt and then lose to the Marlins 4-3 in 10 innings. Hottest team in baseball would be the Nationals. The NL East leaders have won 8 in a row. Atlanta's won 5 in a row after beating Pittsburgh Central leading Kansas City beat Colorado for their 21st win in 26 games. Little League World Series saw the Texas team from Pearland lose to Chicago 6-1, so the Texas kids have been eliminated. Cowboys and Texans continue to practice, getting ready for preseason games number 3. Chris Schneider, TSN Sports.
And recapping our top story, Governor Perry will be in New Hampshire Friday and will leave it up to his attorneys to handle his arraignment on charges he abused his authority in dealing with the Travis County DA's office. Yesterday, he was fingerprinted and photographed at the courthouse. With Morning News Break, I'm Chuck Martin, TSN News.
Napa Auto Parts in Big Spring is proud to be a supporter of our community and is the leader in auto and truck parts. Napa is the oldest automotive parts dealer in Big Spring and features the most complete line of parts and name brand tools, including the hard-to-find ones. When you need automotive parts and accessories or expert advice, go to the place where the mechanics go. Your local Napa Auto Parts dealer in the Blue Brick Building at 4th and Drake Street in Big Spring.
Napa know-how. Napa know-how.
Your body's in good shape, but is your mouth? Ask Dr. Amy Reese at 710 South Main in Big Spring. Dr. Reese and her caring, courteous professional staff provide quality dental care for the entire family, from teeth cleaning to the smallest dental procedure to full rehabilitation, involving crowns, bridges, implants, and partials. You only have one set of teeth, and Dr. Reese can help you keep them for a lifetime. Let Dr. Amy Reese get your mouth in shape, now accepting new patients.
This is Marge Carpenter, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my program, Ride Fence, named after that column I did back in the 70s. Ever since 1994, it's been on this radio station the last Wednesday of the month at 8:15 in the morning. We talk about what's happening in Big Spring. We talk about sometimes what ought to be happening in Big Spring. But most of all, we talk about what used to happen in Big Spring because it has so much history.
Hear the history and more on Ride and Fence with Marge Carpenter every last Wednesday of the month, right here on KBS.
Mistress Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather.
In the world of fairy tales, Sleeping Beauty had 3 good fairies to protect her and all her woodland friends.
Oh, you darling.
But in our world, protecting the beauty of the forest is the responsibility of everyone.
Listen well, all of you.
Wildfires are one of the most powerful forces known to mankind.
This is terrible.
But 9 out of 10 are caused by humans and can be prevented.
Whatever are we going to do?
Each of us can make a real difference in the fight against wildfires. Do your part to protect our friends in the forest.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We'll all pitch in. You really think we can? If humans can do it, so can we.
Log on to SmokeyBear.com to find out what you can do. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Joe DiMessina, for RAD, recording artists, actors, and athletes against drunk driving. I'm here to remind you, if you celebrate, then designate.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
No telling what they're talking about or what's going around. It's too late to worry about.
Now it's time for the NASCAR Minute, brought to you by Dale Coates Heating and Air Conditioning and 87 Auto Sales on the K-Best Morning Program.
That's right. It's time for the NASCAR Minute, brought to you by 87 Auto Sales and Dale Coates Heating and Air Conditioning. I have Dale Coates and Tim Knox on the line. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How are y'all doing today?
Good.
That's what I like to hear. Hey, let's start off the NASCAR talk, Dale. We were talking a little bit yesterday. There's a pretty huge sponsor that's making some big headlines right now that just got into NASCAR.
Yeah, I'd like to apologize because I know I'm going to say their name wrong, but it's Arias or something to that effect. It's the richest man in the world.
Right.
And he signed on with Joe Gibbs Racing. It's going to be Carl Edwards' sponsor. And I think it's a big thing in NASCAR when you get somebody that is, in fact, been said is the richest man in the world, wants to jump in our sport and knows where we're at. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, and good for that team too. I mean, sponsorships are at a premium right now, and for Carl Edwards going over to a fourth car, Joe Gibbs Racing, they needed somebody. And, for them to come on for 17 races, on that car on the Sprint Cup and the Nationwide Series, it's a big deal. And it's really come a long way from being, tied and things like that on cars, that were just kind of small-time sponsors. I mean, it's gotten to become a really huge business. And this is probably one of the biggest deals out there as far as, the quality of a sponsor, from a different professional world, to come into NASCAR.
I think Tim may be having some phone trouble.
May have lost him there.
But he is right. I mean, it is a big deal. And
is he beeping in on you now, or do we leave it to do?
You there?
That's all right. We lost him.
Oh, we lost. Anyway, I think that's been the demise of what NASCAR's problems are right now. It's just gotten too expensive to be involved in NASCAR, and it's just they got to figure out a way to trim the fat down a little bit and get these sponsorships where they're more of a business-like sponsorship, where they make sense, where they're getting the bang for their buck. And I think that's the problem we're really having. A lot of people want to put a lot of blame on the economy and everything else, but I think NASCAR kind of outgrew itself a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. It really, especially in the past, say, 5 years, it's kind of just expanded, and there's so many more fans out there now than whenever the sport was really, in its heyday with Dale Earnhardt and Petty and all them. There's so many more fans nowadays, it seems. What do you think this is going to mean for Carl Edwards?
I think it's a good thing. I mean, I think Joe Gibbs Racing is a very good race team. They don't do anything knee-jerk reaction. They always think things through. They're always one of the slowest teams to add a car.
Right.
Now they're at 4 cars. 4 cars is the max, but it took them longer to get there than a lot of people. But they always wait till they got all their ducks in a row before they jump on that bandwagon and do that. So I think Carl's probably sitting in a good spot and looks for a lot of positives to come from that race team. That's 4 pretty good guys. I mean, that's Hendrick top material right there.
Yeah, it really is. That's one good thing about Joe Gibbs Racing that I've always noticed, that, like you said, they always make sure that it's the right move before they make it. And, Joe Gibbs, he wasn't a great coach in football for nothing. I mean, he did a great job over there, and he's running a great NASCAR team right now. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does, and he's very well thought out. And he's not even running the day-to-day stuff anymore. His son J.D. Gibbs is running it, and doing a very good job. And I just think this is a huge positive for NASCAR. It's a huge sponsor that has never been in this sport, so that's a good thing.
That's right. Well, Dale, we got the big Saturday night race coming up this Saturday in Bristol. We'll talk more about that Friday and make our picks.
So we do, and we have a race tonight. The trucks will be on the track at Bristol tonight, so if you get a chance, you don't want to catch that. That's some pretty good racing.
Yeah, trucks are always fun to watch. Have a good rest of the week, Dale. We'll talk with you on Friday, bud. All right, that's Dale Coates. Tim Knox was there for a little bit with the NASCAR Minute, brought to you by Dale Coates Heating and Air Conditioning and 87 Auto Sales.
Summer is here, and it's hot, and so are the savings at 87 Auto Sales with over 250 pre-owned cars, pickups, and SUVs to choose from. They finance their customers right there at the dealership, so you can drive away the very same day in the vehicle of your choice. 87 Auto Sales has the right vehicles for your needs. Serving West Texas since 1972, 87 Auto Sales on the corner of 3rd and Gregg Street in Big Spring. Right on the corner and right on the price. 87 Auto Sales.
Don't take a chance with your family's comfort. Trust Dale Coates Heating and Air Conditioning. We provide our customers with quality products at a reliable service. Hi, I'm Dale Coates, here to tell you not to wait till the last minute to get your AC service. Dale Coates Heating and AC offers many services to make sure summer season is comfortable, cool, with low prices and remarkable service. Our products are trusted to bring energy-efficient, quiet, and consistent comfort to your home. So don't hesitate. At 714-4688.
Swinging at the whistling line, drive to left center field. The base hit is taken on the second.
Baseball is America's national sport.
with more words written about it than any other sport.
Here comes the pitch, and there's a fly line.
It is exciting to watch a game.
There's a drive into left center field. That ball is going to be...
When you're getting ready to go to a game, check your vehicle. If you need a part, call Westex at 263-5000. The folks in the know when it comes to auto parts. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
Thanks for listening to Gooney in the Morning.
And welcome back to Gooney in the Morning here on KBST AM and FM. We're halfway through the week. It is August 20th, 7:53 here at the KBS studios. I want to give a shout out to everybody listening in Sterling City this morning. That is our KBST Sports High School football team of the day. We got Charles Sagona with us this morning.
What's going on?
Heather's in the house.
Hey, guys.
That's what's going on. Yeah. You like how I did that?
Yeah.
I can never think of what to say whenever Charles says what's going on. Because that's what he usually says when I say that he's...
You should be prepared.
I know. You say that every time almost.
I just like to say something different every once in a while to throw you off.
It throws me
You're
off.
prepared, you have an answer, and then I just don't even ask the question.
Yeah, right.
Aww.
No, yeah, talking about Sterling City football a little bit. I got to go down there yesterday. You know, Sterling City, I went to Forsan, and of course, when I was in Forsan, Sterling City was still 11 man, and we played them in football, and that was always a fun team to play, just because, I mean, it was a smaller school, and they struggled a lot with 11 men because they didn't have a lot of players. So we typically did pretty well against Sterling City. But unless you played Sterling City or you've been down there a few times, you really don't even stop there or anything. It's just kind of a place you drive through on your way to Austin or San Angelo or San Antonio. But it's a really nice community, and the school is just kind of tucked away in Sterling City. You don't see it on 87 as you're driving through, and it's a beautiful school, and that football field and just the entire stadium they have is immaculate. It's got some beautiful turf out there, which a lot of West Texas teams have gone to, and the team out there is just really classy. It's a really classy team and a really great coach. Coach Thompson's doing a great thing. He's been there for 2 years now. He came from a big 5A school in Arlington, but he grew up playing six-man football. So he has all this tremendous background from all different levels because he's coached 2A, 3A, 5A. He's played college football, played six-man football. So he has a great background that he's bringing to Sterling City. And last season, I think they were like 4-6 on the season. But because in six-man, there's a lot, the districts are a lot smaller. It's typically only 3 or 4 teams, so you can win a couple of games and get in the playoffs. That's what they did. They got in the playoffs last year and lost pretty bad in the first round. I think it was 54-0. So Coach Thompson's looking to do some big things this year, and he's got a great program installed out there. So shout out to those guys out there doing their workouts in Sterling City. And if you're listening this morning, thanks for allowing me to come out there on your field and watch you guys practice and get some good interviews with you. I appreciate that.
Cool. Who's coming up tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have Garden City coming up tomorrow, and then we have Borden County on Friday, and then next week we'll kick off with the 11-man schools with Colorado City on Monday.
Awesome.
With us finishing up in Big Spring Friday.
We look forward to those reports.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been great, becoming the sports director here at KBST. It's allowed me to do that stuff. I'm not just, honed down in the office all day long. I actually get out and meet some of the players and
all the schools. Yeah,
and that's what I really want to bring to KBST Sports is coverage of all these small schools because they don't get a lot of love. Like the Westbrooks and the Sands and Garden Cities and Sterling Cities. Those small schools, they're kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Because nobody realizes how good six-man football is.
Exactly. I mean, even Colorado City, because Colorado City, it's tough, and this was something that you'll hear on Monday, but the coach was talking about because they're kind of in the middle of nowhere. They don't get to draw from any bigger schools or anything like that. For instance, Forsan can kind of draw off of Big Springs schools because a lot of Big Springs students transfer out to Forsan and Kahoma. Colorado City doesn't have any schools around. I mean, the closest one's Sweetwater, and that's a drive still. You know what I mean? So Colorado City is kind of right there in the middle of nowhere, and they do a lot. They really do a lot and do a great job with their football program for what they have. And I can remember every year that we played against Colorado City when I was in high school, it was usually a pretty bad shutout. They'd usually beat us 55-0, 56-0. I mean, just every year they were just dominated. And now they've moved up a level, so they're having to play schools that are a little bit bigger than them. So they've struggled a little bit the past couple seasons, but they're looking really good too.
That's only going to help them get better.
Yeah.
Progressively go up.
But yeah, that's what I'm wanting to do. Of course, we're going to keep the core coverage of we got Big Spring, Stanton, and Kahoma that we're carrying on broadcast every Friday nights, and then of course Forsan's real involved in our community. But I want to involve all the schools.
Yes, everywhere.
If you can hear us on the radio, I want to try to cover you. That's my thing. So I think it'll work out. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Well, speaking of high school football, we announced this a little bit earlier. We have the Howard County Scholarship Bowl coming up, which is a really cool thing. It's the Kahoma versus Forsan game.
That's fun.
And for the past couple of years, it's been played over in Grande Communications Stadium in Midland.
Right.
And it was being played in the middle of the afternoon, so it was very hot for everyone.
Yeah.
And you had to take off work and drive over there.
And tickets were expensive because I think you had to buy tickets for the whole day, basically.
Yeah. And so what happened is the community leaders got together and they said, you know what? We can have this game in Howard County. So the game's going to be played August 29th, Memorial Stadium in Big Spring.
That's awesome.
We're going to bring you ticket information shortly for that, but it's going to be a big deal. And the cool thing is Big Spring, the Steers, they're playing on Saturday, so all the Big Spring fans can come out and get to watch Kahoma and Forsan, where usually they're playing at the same time, so you don't get to go out and check out the other team. Well, now you can go out and check out the other team. Have a great time. We're going to have a pre-game tailgate. We're going to have free hot dogs and everything, so it's going to be pretty cool.
It'll be a lot of fun. That's always a big rivalry game. Like I said, these kids grew up playing against each other, grew up together, and they definitely leave it all out on the football field that first game of the season.
Yeah. And the emphasis is this isn't just a football game. This isn't just Forsan and Kahoma.
Right.
This is the Howard County Scholarship Bowl, and we're getting this all put together just for the simple fact that we want to help out.
Yeah.
We want to help out the kids.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Bringing them back here, and you don't have to waste your gas and drive all the way over to Midland and pay extra tickets and sit out in the hot sun. And we're giving away a lot more scholarships with this game than I did with the other one. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Good stuff. I can't wait for that game. It'll be a lot of fun. Charles, what was your favorite part of today's show?
My favorite part of today's show, Ice Water Challenge.
Talking about the Ice Water Challenge.
There's the people doing it wrong.
Yeah. What about you, Heather?
I don't. I was going to say the ice bucket challenge. That was.
Now you got to think on the fly.
He really caught me off guard. Now I know how you feel. I'm sorry, Charles. It's rude.
It's tough going last.
I don't know. I'd say the whole show in general today. It was a really good show.
That's a cop-out answer.
Yeah, it is. It really is. My favorite part of today's show.
Charles.
Talking about Sterling City football. That was exciting. Talking about getting to go hang out with those guys and then talking about them today. We'll be talking about them all day long since they're the KBST Sports High School Football Team of the Day. Be sure to check out kbestmedia.com later on. There'll be some pictures, video, and the full article right there. That was a great show today. We made you laugh, hopefully, because remember, if you're not laughing, you're not living.
Parkview Nursing and Rehabilitation is the name you'll want to remember when you're not quite ready to go home after a hospital stay. Medicare and insurance-approved short-term stays make it easy for you to recover at Parkview. The quality of care, the experienced staff, and the local ownership and management make Parkview your best choice for person-centered nursing care. Parkview, 3200 Parkway, Big Spring.
Have you noticed an increase in the traffic? That means the boom is on. Little bitty country roads, city streets, and highways are crowded with trucks hauling oil field equipment. You're probably driving more these days, too, with the beginning of school. When you wear out a part on your pickup, call Westex at 263-5000. You'll find the part you need so you can get back in all that traffic. Westex, the folks in the know when it comes to parts for late model pickups. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your K-Best Radio Group News.
Good morning. I'm Kayla Kay with your K-Best Radio Group News. It is Wednesday, August 20th. The time is 8:01 a.m. and it is 77 degrees outside right now. And officials at Scenic Mountain Medical Center have confirmed with K-Best News that SMMC Hospital has not been affected by the computer hack that targeted Community Health Systems. That company the company that owns, operates, and leases 206 hospitals across the United States. There are no hospital records in Big Spring that have been compromised. Unlike the hospitals in CHS, there are clinics that have been affected, including Family Medical Center in Big Spring. Family Medical Center, which has offices in both the Malone and Hogan building and on Gregg Street, was indeed part of the computer hack. The exact number of patients' records in Big Spring has not been announced, but it is said to affect only a handful of people. Those who have been affected will be receiving communication from CHS in the coming days. There will be an 800 number that they will be able to call beginning tomorrow that will be able to provide guidance and answers for those affected. CHS believes the incidents happened in April and June of 2014, and the transferred data did not include medical or clinical information, and it did not include credit card or other financial information belonging to patients. The transferred data is, however, considered protected by the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, known as HIPAA, because it includes patient names, addresses, birth dates, telephone numbers, and social security numbers. The period covered by the transferred record is 5 years. KBST News will keep you informed as more information becomes available. In the Big Spring Economic Development Corporation met yesterday evening with a full agenda. Some of the items include the 2014-2015 annual budget was unanimously approved. The upgrade to the northwest sector of Big Spring was unanimously approved, with one modification that made the terms of the agreement effective for 5 years rather than 3. And the board voted to adopt the City of Big Spring's policies and procedures effective immediately. It was passed with a 3-2 vote. And the week before students return to the classroom is a busy week. The area schools are holding orientations, meet the teacher, and schedule pickups this week. Today, Big Spring High School sophomores can pick up their schedules from 8 a.m. until noon. Also, Coahoma High School will have scheduled pickup today. Tomorrow, we're looking at Coahoma Elementary. They will have Meet the Teacher at 11 a.m. Coahoma Junior High registration and Meet the Teacher is at noon. Forsan 6th grade orientation will be held at 2:30 in the auditorium. And all BS ISD elementary schools will host Meet the Teacher night at each campus. Big Spring High School freshman orientation will be held at 6 p.m. in the high school auditorium. Forsan Elementary will have Meet the Teacher from 6 to 7 p.m. And Governor Rick Perry was booked yesterday evening at the Travis County Justice Complex on 2 felony charges.
I'm going to enter this courthouse with my head held high, knowing the actions that I took were not only lawful and legal, but right.
The governor was fingerprinted and had his mugshot taken.
I reported to the county authorities a few minutes ago, and I want to take a moment and just say thank you to the sheriff's deputies and for the great professionalism that they showed me just now.
Perry was indicted last Friday after he vetoed money that was meant for the Travis County Public Integrity Unit after District Attorney Rosemary Lindbergh refused to resign following a drunk driving conviction. After being fingerprinted and having his mugshot taken, Perry told cheering supporters outside the courthouse the indictment was trying to achieve at the courthouse what could have not been achieved at the ballot box. Perry told the crowd, "We will prevail," and that he won't be distracted by these baseless political charges.
I'm gonna fight this injustice with every fiber of my being. And we will prevail.
The governor is confident that he will be exonerated. Randy Johnson, superintendent of Forsan ISD, is inviting the community to get involved with the schools in a different way. This Friday, the community is invited to participate in Forsan's 11th annual prayer breakfast at 7:30 a.m. in the high school cafeteria. Tickets can be reserved by calling the superintendent's office, and they are on sale at each Forsan campus office. The cost is $4 per person, and the money is used to cover the associated expenses since no school district money is used for the event. And the Healthy Woman will be hosting the annual Ladies' Night Out on August 28th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. The featured stops will be Uptown Salah and Day Spa, Splurge, and Jake Witzel Gifts and Interiors. Each of these locations will offer extended business hours, refreshments, and an opportunity to win door prizes. For more information, call Amanda Duferrod at 268-4699 or Anita Klein at 432-268-4721. In Leadership Big Spring registration has been extended through August 27th at 3 p.m. The first class is Thursday, September 11th. Leadership Big Spring is a program designed to increase leadership skills and to learn more about the community. Applications are available to pick up at the Chamber office at 215 West 3rd. The application can also be mailed, faxed, or delivered. And the Howard County Agri-Life Extension Service will be hosting a workshop on rainwater harvesting. The workshop will promote rainwater harvesting as an alternate or supplemental source of water that can allow us to have a sustainable source of water for years to come. The workshop will be held on Thursday, August 28th at 6 p.m. at the G.C. Broughton Ag Complex. The cost to attend is $10. And the Russ McEwen Family Aquatic Center will wrap up the 2014 summer season this week. The Aquatic Center will open for regular hours through Friday, and the annual Splash Out event is set for this Saturday, August 23rd, when the Aquatic Center will close until next summer. And the Fill the Bus with Praise and Supplies Drive asks the community to help support local students this year by literally filling a school bus with school supplies. So far, the drive is off to a great start. And on Saturday, local State Farm agent Adrian Calvio sponsored an entire first grade class of 25 students, and he did this for under $500 at Walmart. To make your supply donation, visit Back in Motion Chiropractic at 1113 South Scurry, and all monetary donations can be made at Western Bank at 607 South Scurry. The Fill the Bus with Praise and Supplies Drive will end August 22nd, and the supplies will be distributed on August 22nd at Back in Motion from 3 to 6 p.m. In obituaries, Geraldine Halfman, 92, of Amarillo, formerly of Big Spring, died Saturday, August 16th in an Amarillo nursing home. Funeral services will be at 1 p.m. today at the Nellie Pickle and Welch Rosewood Chapel. Interment will follow at Trinity Memorial Park. Rob Alden Shive, 62, of Lubbock, died Sunday, August 3rd, 2014, in Warsaw, Poland. Memorial services will be at 11 a.m. Saturday, August 23rd, at the First Presbyterian Church in Coahoma. The family will receive friends from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Friday, August 22nd, at the Nellie Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Patsy C. Chansey, 74, of Big Spring, died Saturday, August 16th, in a local hospital. Funeral services will be at 10 a.m. today at Holy Trinity Catholic Parish. Interment will follow at Mount Olive Memorial Park, and arrangements are under the direction of Nellie Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. E.D. Wimp Holcomb, 81, of Big Spring, died Monday, August 18th, 2014, in a Lubbock hospital. Funeral services will be held at 10 a.m. Friday at 14th and Main Church of Christ. Interment will follow at Trinity Memorial Park. The family will receive friends from 6 to 8 p.m. Thursday evening at the Nellie Pickle and Welch Funeral Home. Iona M. Hardison, 91, of Big Spring, died Tuesday, August 19th, 2014, at Scenic Mountain Medical Center. The family will receive friends from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. tomorrow at Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Graveside services will be at 1 p.m. Friday at Trinity Memorial Park Peace Chapel. KBST News Time is 8:11. We'll be back with your sports and weather right after this.
These cheesy bread dogs are great. The cheese is baked into the bun.
Oh, yeah, the bun's the best part.
Well, what about the hot dog?
Oh, yeah, the hot dog's the best part.
You can't have more than one best part.
Yeah, I totally can. Like, I have many best qualities. I'm frugal, I'm kind to those in need, and I can levitate for short periods of time.
No, that's called jumping.
Oh, cool, you already got a name for it.
Every part's the best part. New cheesy bread dogs. This is how you Sonic. For limited time, only participating Sonic drive-ins. Call Star Sonic for specials. Not all carriers are covered. Messenger data rates apply.
KBST News Time is 8:11, and here's KBST Sports Director Gooney with your sports.
Thanks, Kayla. The Sterling City Eagles are today's high school football team of the day, and we caught up with Coach Casey Thompson, who's been at Sterling City only 2 seasons, but has brought his talents acquired through his own 6-man experience as a player, as well as a 12-year veteran coach in many situations. We caught up with Coach yesterday in Sterling City and asked him about his unique career.
You know, I guess my playing coaching career has kind of been unique because it's kind of went full circle from growing up as a 6-man football player to a 11-man college football player to my first 12 years of coaching being an 11-man coach back to where I started in 6-man football. So it's been kind of unique, and it's been fun because I've taken a little bit from every program that I've been in and applied it to here at Sterling City to the program that we're running here right now. And I think that's a good formula for success.
We asked Coach Thompson how he can use his different experiences in Sterling City.
Football's football, you know, and it's about blocking and tackling and fundamentals. I think being a coordinator at a 5A school kind of helped me with delegating some things and being ultra organized, you know, in practice. The tempo that we used, you know, in those other programs, I want to apply it to my program here. Strength conditioning, you know, those things, building athletes. I think that's all pretty universal.
KBST Sports even spoke with a couple of Eagles players. We asked senior receiver and cornerback Dylan Hughes what this year meant to him.
Oh, I mean, it's the most important year for me because, I mean, it's like the spotlight's on me and the other seniors to see what we can do and carry on the tradition of getting into the playoffs.
As well as what Dylan's goals were for this season.
Beat Water Valley for one and win the district championship and just go far in the playoffs and make a state run.
KBST Sports then spoke with senior running back Caleb Davis, who had some goals of his own.
Just accomplish as much as we can as a team and make as far as we can in the playoff.
And even gave us his favorite part about playing 6-man football.
It's faster, you can score pretty easy if you got the right blockers.
The conversation ended up with Coach Thompson talking about some of the exciting games to watch for this season.
To be honest with you, every week's big. You know, every game's a big game to us. You know, 2 huge games for us are district games. It's a 14 district, 2 get out. One's Robert Lee, our neighbor on one side, and one is Water Valley, the neighbor on the other side. Both those 2 games are huge because 3 good football teams and one's not going to advance. And so those are 2 big games on the schedule. Obviously, playing Garden City, that's a big one. We wanted to renew some rivalries. We didn't have Blackwell on the schedule before, and they're not far down the road, and we wanted to play those guys.
The Eagles kick off the 2014 regular season at home against Blackwell at 7:30 and will be featured throughout the entire day today on the KBest Radio Group. Be sure to check out pictures and video along with the full article at kbestmedia.com. In baseball, the Rangers lost to the Marlins 4-3, and the Astros beat the Yankees 7-4. This is Gooney in the KBest Sports Center.
When you need it, KBest Weather.
KBest weather today, the high is going to be 95 with mostly sunny skies and a low of 73. We're going to have about a 10% chance of rain today. Winds out of the south at 18 miles per hour. Tomorrow we're looking at mostly sunny skies. The high is going to be 95 with a low of 74 with a 20% chance of rain tomorrow. Winds out of the south at 17 miles per hour. The rest of the week is mostly sunny skies. KBST News Time is 8:15. I'm Kayla Kay, and this has been your KBest Radio Group News. Coming up next on KBest is Community Calendar with Gooney.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith, a close-up of Calvert in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
Whoa, times change. Choate Well Service hasn't changed. We're still here and have been since 1957, 56 years. Choate Well Service has lots of updated equipment for your continued service in all kinds of drilling and pump installations. Sizes from half horsepower to 150 horsepower. We don't sell bargains, only good service. Call us, Choate Well Service, 393-5231. We're the best in the business.
The Central Texas town of Calvert has a population of just under 1,500. It has 32 large houses listed on the National Register of Historic Homes. Visitors can get a brochure that has information about the homes and take a driving tour. Calvert got its start when the railroad got there in 1868. The new residents came to stay.
They proceeded to build large, beautiful mansions. They built all brick downtown, 4 blocks on both sides of the street. There was a lot of wealthy people that gravitated to this area, a lot from New York that came with substantial money and went into banking, became merchants, and so forth. But they came with money. So they were able to do things a little grander than what most would think.
That's Dennis Joyce, who owns one of the historic structures in Calvert.
There were a number of grocery stores, 13 to be exact, only to be outdone by the number of taverns. Some of the taverns that were 2-story had bordellos up above, so it was a flourishing area. Farmers and ranchers and cowboys and everything would come to town, and it tended to be kind of a wild place.
Dennis says a yellow fever epidemic in the 1870s was devastating to the city.
We lost approximately 1,500 individuals, including every doctor in town and most all of the nurses.
A family named Gibson built a big cotton gin.
In the Guinness Book of World Records and in Ripley's Believe It or Not, it is still listed as the largest cotton gin that ever was, period. It was so large that it had its own foundry. And when machinery would break, they would manufacture their own parts for it right there on site. It was totally self-sufficient. They didn't need to import anything from anywhere, except, of course, the cotton needed to come in. A tremendous amount of the cotton that was sent to make uniforms for the Confederacy came from the Brazos Valley area and came out of the Gibson cotton gin.
Dennis Joyce of Calvert. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
It's another day in West Texas. Around here, we do things the right way. A handshake is as good as gold. We smile at our neighbors and say please and thank you. And when we're on the road, a simple wave says it all. And our truck is a Ram. Bought right here in West Truck Trucktown Dodge in La Mesa. Live life the West Texas way. The Trucktown Dodge way. Formerly Benny Boy Dodge.
Ready for some golf, recreation, and social life? You might be ready for the Big Spring Country Club. There are hundreds of reasons to join. What's important to you? Great golf? Your own swimming pool? Home style, casual, or fine dining? It's okay to ask, what's in the club for me? Because membership isn't for everyone. Is it for you? Find out at the Big Spring Country Club. This could very well be the lifestyle change you're looking for. Call and schedule a visit, 267-8241.
Today, no matter what you're going through, God is on your side.
Through the hard times and the good,
God is on your side.
I have to praise you like I should.
Hi, I'm Kevin Knudsen, the pastor at Life Church here in Big Spring. Life Church is an exciting, vibrant, spirit-filled, multicultural church on the corner of 10th and Johnson. Every Sunday there is contemporary worship, a dynamic, practical message from the Bible, fun and safe child care and children's ministry. There really is something for the entire family. Even though we worship in an old school, there's nothing old school about us. I would personally like to invite you to join us